What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Coach Joe here with Heartletics.com, and I'm really excited to dive into today's topic for you, going over the top 5 Proverbs that hands down has changed my life. And I'm a firm believer that after listening to today's episode, they potentially might change your life as well. I'm a business owner, which means that my job as a business owner is to provide a solution, provide an outcome for somebody that decides to trust me and my team with their health and fitness goals. Okay. With that being said, as a business owner, you wear lots of hats, right? It's also very stressful. And so one of the biggest things that I learned, okay, just growing up and just being an adult, but also, once again, being a business owner, is to learn about resources. It's also to learn about knowledge, right? And it's also to learn about making the right investments. I knew how to get people in shape, right? Being certified in nutrition, being certified in training, and working at a gym, that was easy. But what I did not know was how other people in the marketplace that don't know who I am, how I can, convince them and tell them and persuade them, hey, if you trust me with your health and fitness goals and pay me, I will get you the outcome that you're looking for, right? It's called growing a business. And I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know about the marketing. I didn't know about the networking. I didn't know about the fulfillment. And so I was faced with this dilemma because my heart was telling me, hey, go all in, continue to follow your passion, right? You love doing this. But yet my bank account was telling me like, hey man, this isn't smart, So I'm very thankful that somebody actually reached out to me via Instagram, and he was a business coach at that time who was helping health and fitness coaches grow their online fitness coaching business. He sent me over a direct message. I immediately thought, this is a scam, this is risky, this doesn't make any sense at all. I'm going to pay this guy, via PayPal, some dude just reached out to me on Instagram. This doesn't make sense at all. But something was telling me, hey, do this. Just do it. So it was so weird, but I was at my last hope, if that makes sense. It's like I had to go all in. And something was telling me like to do this, that this was the right decision. And so that decision carried everything to where we are today. In terms of, that was my first business coach. And then from there I had, more business coaches and more business coaches and more business, and constantly making this investment. Anytime I made an investment into a business coach or a course or anything to grow my business, it was always a great ROI, right? Why? Because I learned something. Even for the ones that wasn't profitability the best ROI, I still learned something. I learned what not to do, right? So that way I can make sure that going in the future forward, hey, I learned from my mistakes. So every coach taught me something. Every course taught me something, right? I'm constantly learning and learning and learning and learning. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because we're going to be talking about these 5 Bible verses, right? That King Solomon, right, has written. And King Solomon is the wisest man that has ever lived. And I'm going to talk more about that, right, as we dive in. But hear me out. In order to grow a business, it's not like you need the fancy gizmos and, these crazy things. No, you need the right knowledge. You need the right wisdom. You see, like my first business coach that reached out to me, that helped me, he taught me things I did not know. So he is right here and I am right here on the playing field because he knows things that I don't know. It was like the Roger Bannister, right, where he showed me things and I was like, wow, right? And in case you guys don't know who Roger Bannister is, he's the first person ever to complete the 4-minute mile. So once he was able to do it, it broke these self-limiting beliefs for all these other hundreds of people where they can now complete a mile in underneath 4 minutes because of Roger Bannister breaking those self-limiting beliefs. So hear me out. He was over here, this business coach. I was right here. He taught me things. It broke my self-limiting beliefs. Boom, it got me here. I invested into another business coach, right? Once again, they knew certain things. Boom, it got me here, right? Invested in other things like advertisements, different things with copywriting, content, marketing, the whole 9 yards. And once again, anytime I make an investment in myself, right, for my business sake, because that's how I provide for my family, I'm a man, that's what I need to do, and other people that work for me, right? It's like I need to always make that investment first within myself because that gets me here and other people can grow from that as well. But the thing that I'm gaining, right, in terms of all of these investments is knowledge, is wisdom. King Solomon was the wisest man that has ever walked on the planet, okay? Which made him also the wealthiest man as well. And we're going to talk once again more about that. And you guys need to be open-minded, because I'm telling you, these 5 Bible verses that you can find in Proverbs here, this will change your entire life, because it surely did for me. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner. It doesn't matter if your goals is health and fitness. It doesn't matter if your goals is to, have better relationships, or, find a better career advancement, and it doesn't matter. These 5 Bible verses are so applicable to anybody, no matter their journey of life right now. Now, this is where I gained so much respect from King Solomon. So in 1 Kings chapter 3, you learn about how, God appears to Solomon in a dream and pretty much says like, hey, brother, you can have anything that you want. What is it that you want? What can I provide to you? Solomon tells God pretty much, hey, give me the wisdom to discern, and just in my own heart to discern what's right between wrong, right? For the glory of you, God, for the glory of your people as well. And think about that. He didn't ask for, once again, the fame. He didn't ask for, the rulership. He didn't ask for, the wealth. No, he asked for wisdom to be able to discern what's right from wrong. Now, let me read to you God's reply back to Solomon, because this is amazing. God said to him, he said, since you have asked for this, and not for a long life, or for wealth, for yourself, nor have asked for the death of your enemies, but for a discerning heart, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never be anyone like you, nor will there be anyone like you. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for as well, both riches and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings. And if you walk in my ways and obey my status and commands as David, your father, right? David, the one that destroyed and killed, Goliath, as your father did, I will give you a long life. So let that sink in, okay? Here God appears to Solomon and pretty much says, hey, brother, your family's blessed because your dad's amazing, pretty much. And Solomon says to him, well, I don't want this. I don't want this. I just want the peace and understanding, right? To be able to have the wisdom to justify what's right and wrong in your eyes, Lord. And I think that's humility at its finest. And at the same time, man, there's just something about it. He put the pride aside. He put the ego aside. And I think as men, we should learn a thing or two about this. But, God blesses him. He pretty much says, I'm going to give you the wisdom, and I'm going to make sure that you are the wisest man. No other man on the face of this planet, nor to come, is going to be as wise as you. You're going to be the wisest. But also, because Solomon asked for wisdom, God also says, I will give you what you have not asked for, both in riches and in honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings. He asked for wisdom, he got the riches. Let that sink in, because once again, I made, the point here about making these investments into getting more wisdom, getting more knowledge, getting more understanding of the things that I don't have. And when you have certain things in your life, right, you're acquiring more skills, guess what? Odds are you're going to acquire more blessings into your life. It doesn't have to be just finances and money. It could be other things. It could be happiness, right? It could be lower levels of stress. I mean, think about it. Let's just put this in health and fitness sense, because I'm a health and fitness coach. If somebody does not know how to lose body fat and get off their medications, and they decide to sign up for Heartletics and to invest into our coaching program, we teach them. We give them the skills, right? Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man how to fish, feed him for the rest of his life. Great. Now that you understand that, think about that. That individual just learned how to properly eat and train specifically for their body type, their goals, their lifestyle, on how to create sustainable habits. They acquired that knowledge from our coaching, and guess what? They're able to get off their medications. They're able to lose more body fat. They're able to have more energy, have more confidence. Think about it like that, okay? Gaining more knowledge, and this is one of our mindset habits at Heartletics, is so crucial. It's so important, especially if you're in this point of your life, right, where you're focusing on investing into yourself and trying to become the best version of yourself mentally and physically. You need to make sure you're investing into the proper knowledge within yourself. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the top 5 Bible verses from Proverbs that has dramatically changed my entire life. And hopefully, after hearing this episode, it can potentially change yours as well. Verse number 1 coming from Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. And the reason why I love this is because personally, but also what we teach at Heartletics is all about, the words that you're telling yourself. Your story. Like, what is your internal conversation? Personally for me, let's just talk way back in the day when I used to do mixed martial arts and a lot of boxing matches. It's great having amazing coaches. It's great having, teammates, and people to push me and help me, prepare for that fight. But when I'm walking to that ring or I'm walking to that octagon, it's like when they shut the doors or I get into that ring, it's me with my opponent. And then there's the referee. Okay. That internal chitter chatter that you're having with yourself, you're either going, and think about it, right? Let's just throw out some quotes out there that you already know, right? Life is what? 90% how you react to it, 10% on what happens to you. So your emotions on how you react to it, right? That's 90% of it. For training, right? Fighting, once again, all this stuff. Like you win that battle, right? You win that fight in your own mindset. It is going to be your best friend or your worst enemy. And so much so is that as men, we don't even know how to talk to ourselves in a positive sense. We can congratulate our spouses when they get a promotion at work, but do we ever look at ourselves in the mirror and congratulate ourselves when we get a promotion at work? Odds are not, right? So we constantly tell ourselves, oh, we're not good enough. We're not making enough money. We're never going to get in shape. We've tried everything under the sun. Like, it's just like, stop. You want to be a real man? Talk to yourself like a real man. Talk to yourself with respect. Imagine that. So, in our coaching program, we talk about this often that, hey, true confidence comes from the story that you're telling yourself. So once again, first Bible verse that I love, Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Second Bible verse that's coming from Proverbs 16:9 says, a person's heart plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps. As a business owner, this speaks comfort to me, honestly. Which is saying to me, hey, when I'm trying to grow this business and, help out all these people get in shape and become the best version of themselves mentally and physically, is my heart in the right place? I got people to hold me accountable to that. I got people making sure that our mission is in alignment always. So it's like, I have to make sure that my heart's in the right place. But then that second part, right, which says this, but the Lord determines his steps. That right there helps. Right? Because sometimes, I'll put it to you, right, as a business owner and then somebody on their health and fitness journey, right? As a business owner, sometimes when you're faced with some storms, some challenges in life, it's hard to see those steps. But knowing that, hey, I'm putting my faith in God, I'm getting my knowledge from, his word, the Holy Bible, this helps me out so much with just another source of faith, another source of confidence and comfort. It's the same thing as if somebody's struggling in their health and fitness journey. Let's say like they're not seeing, the number on the scale go down. They're not seeing the progress that they want. It's like they need to make sure that, there's a solution there of comfort, of the right mindset, of the peace of understanding, knowing that, hey, I'm still doing the right things. Whether I'm seeing the results or I'm not, I should still probably be eating healthy. I should still probably be active. I should still probably be training hard. Whether, hey, I haven't seen results in a few weeks or a few days, it doesn't matter. I should still be doing this. And it's like comforting knowing that, hey, it's like you really don't worry too much about the scale, right? You have peace of mind knowing that, hey, what you're doing, it's helping you in the long term. So keep in mind with this Bible verse, right? A person's heart, right, plans his way, right? But the Lord determines his steps. Proverbs 16:9. My third favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 27:17. And I'm sure you probably heard this. Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. Now, health and fitness, hey, it's probably best to have the right people supporting you, holding you accountable, encouraging you. I know a lot of people that actually struggle to have long-term success with their health and fitness goals because they fall off track. And when you fall off track and you have no support of people saying like, hey dude, what happened to you? You were doing so well. Guess what, right? It's very easy to go back to your old ways of feeding the bad wolf. As a business owner, I got to make sure I have the right people over me, holding me accountable, making sure I'm doing the right things, right? As a man, I just firmly believe that you should be the one that's leading by example. And as a man, I also understand that you should also be the one to, put the pride aside and put the ego aside. Because as guys, we like to think that we know it all. But if you're the smartest person in the room, think about it. Like, let that just sink in. So my suggestion is just like this Bible verse is if you want to be sharpening up on your tools, your skills, your knowledge, everything, iron sharpens iron. As one man sharpens another, right? Proverbs 27:17. Who is holding you accountable? Who is in your inner circle? Who is in your community, your wolf pack that is helping you and encouraging you, especially when the bad wolf is knocking at that front door and temptation is right there? My fourth favorite Bible verse from Proverbs 19:8 says, the one who gets wisdom loves life. The one who cherishes understanding will soon prosper. And the reason why I love that Bible verse so much is because, once again, when you're on this path of investing into yourself and trying to become the best version of yourself, right? And you're learning how to acquire more knowledge, you're learning how to acquire more wisdom, you're falling in love with the process, I know a lot of people that put their goals up on a pedestal. Hey, hats off to you, right? But I'll tell you what, when you fall in love with the process, life becomes a lot sweeter, because now you're not looking at these goals as, oh man, like I want to make all this money, or oh, I want to lose all this weight, and it could seem so far away. But when you take it day by day, you're learning how to fall in love with the process, right? And once again, when you are investing into yourself, whether it's your health, whether it's your mindset, whether it's anything, honestly, and you're falling in love with just the day to day, you're falling in love with life. And the best part is that like you're progressing. You're constantly trying to challenge yourself. You're constantly trying to grow. And what happens, right? It says the one who cherishes understanding, so that knowledge, right? And they fall in love with that process, will soon prosper. Now, that could mean financially, that could mean your health and fitness, that could mean with your mindset, that could mean with, overcoming a temptation. But it's, once again, the one who gets wisdom loves life, okay? The one who cherishes the understanding, right, will soon prosper. And my fifth favorite Bible verse from Proverbs 14:29 says, whoever is patient has great understanding, but the one who is quick-tempered displays folly. Let's put this into a health and fitness, right? But also just if you're a parent, this is going to make so much sense for you, okay? So health and fitness, right? It says, whoever is patient has great understanding. Well, typically the people that never succeed at reaching their health and fitness goals are typically the ones that are impatient. These are the guys that's cutting out their carbs. These are the guys that's, doing all the fasting. And these are the guys that's doing the paleo and, these things that aren't sustainable, because they're typically cutting out their favorite foods. They're typically doing these crazy, restrictions, where at the end of the day, they lack the patience. It's just like what Napoleon said in his famous quote. The reason why most people fail is because they give up what they want the most for what they want right now in the present moment. So once again, if somebody, right, they want to lose some weight, they're going to cut corners. Oh, I'll cut out my carbs. Oh, I'll cut out my favorite foods. Oh, I'll cut out sugar, right? I'll just eat nothing but an apple a day, and hey, I'm going to lose all this weight. But what's the point when you end up regaining the weight right back because it's not sustainable? And then you get all mad, right? Because you have a short-tempered. Oh, I tried everything under the sun. Doesn't work for me. Like, I'm just going to be fat and lazy the rest of my life. Remember the first Bible verse that we went over? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, brother. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, whoever is patient has great understanding, okay? The one who is quick-tempered displays folly. Let's talk about your kids, right? How many times in your life has, let's say, your child tried doing something and they didn't really get it the first time? Let's talk about my son Oakley, for example. So I remember when I would always be throwing him a ball, right? Try and just toss him a ball, have him catch it. Toss him a ball, have him catch it. Toss him a ball, have him catch it. Well, guess what? Did he catch it the first time? No. Did he catch it the second time? No. Did he catch it the third time? Absolutely not. Right? We're talking hundreds of times, right? Trying to work on his hand-eye coordination, right? Like trying to catch a ball, how to properly hold on to something, right? It's being thrown your way. And guess what? Every single time we tried, at some point he would complain, he would be upset, he would want to just, go inside, he'll feel all upset. I'm never going to be able to catch a ball. Yeah, right? What does the Bible verse says, right? The one who is quick-tempered displays folly. Sure enough, though, did we give up? Absolutely not, right? Because why? Practicing patience. I know for a fact he's going to eventually get it one day, right? It might not happen today, it might not happen next week, but eventually it will. And sure enough, this is what happened. We were in our living room. I even have like a video about it. I posted it on social media. I threw him the ball. I mean, he just got it just like that, right in his hands. The look on his face, right, was just seeing just the Christmas morning with all these presents, like so happy. And as a parent, that is such a proud father moment. But it's understanding that, hey, because we didn't just give up, right? We were patient. We realized here he's not going to catch the ball the very first time, right? And I'm trying my best as a father to encourage him to saying like, don't give up, dude. Just like you may be on your health and fitness journey and you're stuck right now because who knows, maybe you're impatient. Don't give up, dude. Same advice, right? It continues to apply whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, right? These Bible verses you can take and once again change your entire life. And that's exactly what I did, right? So once again, Proverbs, right? 14:29. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but the one who is quick-tempered displays folly. If you guys happen to like today's Words of Wisdom video, I would really appreciate just 3 simple things, right? The first one is, hey, give this video a thumbs up, right? Let's try our best to work with the YouTube algorithm and get more people to understand this because, in my understanding, just by reading the Bible more, practicing walking in faith, walking in Christ, and doing my best, it's not only helping me with my business, it's not only helping me with my family, it's not only helping me with my community, but it's helping me, right? Understand, me, okay? And when I'm able to fill up my cup and really focus on me, investing in myself, become the best version of myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I can pour out more into others, okay? So keep that in mind. And if you happen to just give this video a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate. Second, hey, let me know what is your favorite Bible verse down in the comment section below, okay? These are just 5 of them from Proverbs. I have literally hundreds, right, of Bible verses that I absolutely love. Several up along my whiteboard here, in my office. And I would love to know what is your favorite Bible verse. And then the third thing that you can do is, hey, if you haven't already, hit that little subscribe button on YouTube and turn on the little bell notification. That way you always get, updates whenever I post new content just like this. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. As always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.